All right, we are back after what was an embarrassing end to last episode. We're gonna have to bounce back. That was bad. Gotta spike that ball. Gotta get that win. Ended up losing to overtime. At the end of the day, though, we talked about it. It's like you just don't blow a 24-point lead. You don't blow that big of a lead, and it doesn't happen. But we went out there, we blew that lead, and we were in a massive hole. 0-2-1 to start the season. Got to face the 3-1 Browns. They've been such a dominant team lately. Got a few upgrades in here, it looks like. Polite, he's been doing solid. Still in a backup role for us right now. His pass coverage is not the greatest. I think we'll work on, they could use some of everything, really. We'll work on a pass coverage, back up to that 80 overall for him. Could be a guy we still could talk about trading. I think we're getting closer to having to do that. Malcolm Reed with an upgrade. Needed to see that, so that's good to see there. Keep working on that power back for him. Love to see him get in that receiving game, but for now, we don't really need it. Well, I mean, let's worry about him being a good running back first. Jackie Robertson, the young man for us who has 250 games almost. He's almost halfway there. We're going to continue. Let's work on his run stopping ability here. He's not really seeing. We've given him a couple upgrades now. Been sticking right at that 72. He's getting a lot of boost, though, to say the least, though. So at least that's helping out there. Connor Barber. Who in the heck is Connor Barber? 27. Okay, he's a little bit older. That would do it. Throw some slot work in. That's where he's going to be playing most of the time anyway. Justin Davison. Just a backup lineman. Again, we will work on just for the fun of it. You ain't going, hopefully you ain't gonna have to play 64 overall. We'd like to not have to worry about that if we don't have to, at least. So we'll see how she goes there. That is it for the upgrades. I want to see who we have to talk about negotiating contracts with, because we're going to start paying a little bit more attention to scouting other than just the first round. So Gatson needs paid. He wants, really? He wants 2 million? No way. He wants 8 million total over 2 years. That's it? That is way too cheap. There is no way that is all he wants. Let's take a look at this. He wants 8 million. His salary is 2.25. There is no way. Is it because he's injured? Is he cheap because he's injured for 4 million a year? I know he's a safety. We'll go. Actually, let's be fancy here. Let's make sure we have strong safety favored sign here, because we can lock him down for 5 years. We would be in some sort of help there. Where's the spin coach XP? Right there. So we'll go over here. Player retention. Resign influence. Is it safety or strong safety? Yeah, that's not an option, I guess. We can't do that for. Oh, he's a defensive back. They don't have it for that specific thing. So we'll go there for defensive back. And yeah, that should do her. No, I want to save those. There we go. Perfect. Resign influence. Probably have other guys to worry about trying to resign as well. But I want to see Gatson. If we can keep Gatson under a cheap deal, that'll really help this team out in the future. Not asking for a lot there. See what we can make happen here. He wants, he's what do you say? He's 25. So we go 5 years, he'll be 30. I think he's a 90 overall type of guy. We'll bump that up. We'll bump that up. I don't know if that's enough bumped up, but we're going to give it a try here just to see what he says. This offer's perfect. Yeah, buddy. All right. Dexter Lawrence. Now, he's the one we're talking about replacing. Dexter Lawrence, I believe at least. Yeah, he's 28, and he wants how much money over the course of the time? 27 million over 4 years. See, that's a lot. Robinson, he wants 31 million over 3. Wow. You want 10 million a year? Really? Oh, as a left tackle, it's an 81. John Ross wants 5 million a year. That is a lot for a backup. We will keep the rest of these guys on watch. That looks like that's all we really have left, is those two big signings. But man, not much for a line of offensive linemen. See, I think the way we might continue with these offensive linemen, we'll just continue to play the trade game. We'll trade up, pick somebody else up. I mean, again, he's an 84, or an 81. But it's gonna be an 85 at best when he's older. I mean, that ain't worth 10 million a year. I'm sorry. Blake Hudson, no, that's a tough one to pass up on. We'll see how this team does. We got to play the Brownies this week, and we got to pick up this victory. We're all but desperate at this point in time. We don't win this one, we really are going to talk about tearing this team apart for the season. That's something you don't want to think we'd have to do. Still think we have a lot of good pieces. Now, granted, Gatson's been injured for us. That's not been good. Still, we retained Mixon. It'll be time. That's probably the first piece to go. You talk about somebody like that, is trading Mixon. Give our backup running back a little bit of chance here to, Malcolm Reed some time to progress here, get better at the game, and hopefully help somewhere else out on the field by trading Mixon. But we got to win. The good thing is we played the Browns well. This team is like 12-4, 13-3 every year, and we seem to always pick up a victory against them. So hopefully that'll be the case here. Early 2-yard loss by Mixon. First down pass, though. I lied. Only 9 yards. Malcolm Wall. That's enough for the first there, though. Bengals drive in early. Mixon with the 5-yarder. There's 8 yards to Adam. Tanya. They like Shaheen here. He's not a high overall, but he's getting a job done for this team. That's good on Jake Fromm's part, though. Not the greatest tight end, not the greatest skill, but he's still making it work. And that's what matters. Lorenzo Massey with a big penalty there. It's going to be 3rd down. Bengals not going to pick it up because Fromm's forced to scramble. Bengals going to be settling for the field goal. Browns drive in early. Bengals, that's not what they wanted to see. This Browns defense is tough. You got to get in the back of the end zone when they give you the chance. It didn't happen. Ex-Bengal, Auden Tate with the touchdown. He's still around. Good for him. Bengals gonna go and get completely bodied in this game, it looks like. Interception there. Browns up 14-0 this game. It's not looking good. Another, oh nope, Bengals gonna get the ball back there. Second quarter just started. Sacked by Tyrone Hatcher. I don't know, man. This Browns team, maybe we gotta look at their roster, but they're killing us. They've been dominant for years now. 3rd and 10 right there. Bengals can't get off the field. Browns just gonna keep on driving, and that's all they gotta do. Bengals got nothing. Down 14. Got a chance to score you with 2 minutes left. Here we go. 15 yards. Malcolm will incomplete pass there on 1st down. Jake Fromm going to try again here at the 2-minute warning. It's not going to get it. That's going to be 4th and inches. Bengals going to be forced to punt. I think you got to go for it there. Set the tone early because the Browns, they got time to drive, and it's the computer that has the ball. So in other words, no time ever comes off the clock. And, perfect. Ooh, what a leg. What a leg. 40 yards. Oh, he punted it. They went for the field goal. All right, 17-3. Bengals still got a chance. All 3. See what it means is we throw the ball once. Timeout. It's funny how it works. Okay, it's not a big deal. Tyler Nollis with the drop pass. Deep bomb. Bengals. Joe Mixon. It wasn't really a deep bomb. It was a check down. Let's get some points on the board here, fellas. There she is. Down 11. Good. Going into halftime. Down 11. QB nailed by Maker Mayfield there. And the Bengals need to stop. There it is. Penalty. It wasn't. That was a penalty. See if we can stop here. 3rd down. Yes, sir. Bengals still in this game. Odell Beckham with the reception. Not enough for the first. Keeping him around the team. Joe Mixon for 7. Bengals going backwards on 2nd down. 3rd down. Not enough. 3 and out. You can't do it. This Browns defense is tough. There's no hiding it. This Browns defense is very, very good. Bengals find themselves down 3 possessions, and there's another interception. Jake Fromm is just not playing good hockey right now, and that's good because he's on a football field, but he's not playing good football either. I'd like to think he's playing hockey. He's playing the wrong sport, whatever he's doing. Bengals going to get shut out. They ain't even going to get 1 touchdown. 31-6, 2 field goals. Not really a shutout. Might as well be, though. Go and find the back of the end zone once. I guess it's time to talk. How do you go 161 yards and a 43% completion percentage? That is really bad. Now, I know the Browns defense is solid, but wow. A 31% or 32.2 rating? No, you can't do that. 4.8 for Mixon. He did what he could. The receivers, they got to do better. When Shaheen's leading the team, that is not good. Maybe it's because Wall and John or Tyler Wallace aren't feeling it right now. I got to see who's on this team. Who the heck's on this Browns team that is this good? I can't see their overalls from here, but that's ridiculous. The fact that we went out there 43% passing, under 200 yards, no touchdowns. We've been a very high-powered offense now for a few seasons, and it just get completely stonewalled like that. Oh, somebody got an upgrade. Good for you, Whitaker. Is it because we was down 50 points and you got to play a lot in the second half? Probably. A little disappointed. I feel like we had that sweet spot in there, and we 84 overall. How we're just... It's the Browns, though. The Browns are good. The problem is we lost those other games. My team, depth chart, roster. How do I check? Would it be under roster? I think. Roster, yeah, overall. Browns. Let's see what we have here. Oh, God. Denzel Ward, 99. Mayfield, 96. Chubb, 96. How's Beckham still at 90? That guy's got to be... He's been in the league 12 years. He's got to be 33 or so, ain't he? Where's the age at? 30. Yeah, 33. Greedy Williams, corner, 91. Look at that defense. Jordan Fuller, 91, free safety there. And how are they affording all of these guys? This guy, that is ridiculous. Good gracious, man. They must have went light on the offensive side. That's what it looks like, too. They have some average linemen. They just paid those defenders. That is nuts. 90s across the board, man. That is something else. That defense is filthy. There's no wonder they won that game. I can't even be upset about that. That is crazy. I was proud of our defense there for a little bit. Good for the Browns, though. Not good for the Bengals because we're now 0-3-1. We got a weekly award, what, for getting curb stomped? Maybe. Khalil Hudson again. He's been playing great for us. That's the second time he's won a player of the week already. 15 tackles, 1 forced fumble. Or Khalil Harris. Did I say Harris? I meant Hudson. Regardless, I don't know. I mean, we look at this team. We obviously have to stay under the cap. We obviously have to upgrade some further positions. We might draft another running back, man. It has to be a tight end, I think we consider. A tight end or we can consider Baker's going nowhere. Robertson's growing, still only a 72. I don't like how he's only a 72. Lawrence, we have Smart. Smart's gonna replace Lawrence, so we don't need Lawrence. Like I said, we're about to bust this team wide open. Those guys need to go. We need to find some good players on defense, though. That's what I'm telling you. We're getting killed, though, because, Gatson could have been that good player. He's an 86. We just paid him good money, so that's good. Curtis Duvall is going to be around for a bit. Stuart Manning should be around for a bit. Yeah, he's 25. And then Duvall is... Yeah, they're both 25. Perfect. Bugs is our backup CB right now. He's not... Yeah, he's 26, so he's not doing too bad there. Again, we could talk linebackers. We could talk defensive line. Baker's got to be that elite guy that's still in 87. Maybe we got to start boosting his stats a little bit more there. I don't know. In the training, he's got 4 years left at 12 million. Yeah, we're going to make that count. I think that's a guy that maybe you consider. You think he'd be able to upgrade himself, though. He's a great player. I don't know why it always brings you back to the offensive screen there. But it does, nonetheless. And Vulico Awards, I want to... Man, I don't know. We have a scouting thing, yeah. Let's take a look here. We currently have a 76 overall Howard Smart. He's going to stay. Robertson, I feel like Robertson at a 72. I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer or not there. Mac Newton's got to stay. He's 21. They all have hidden potential. That's the thing. So you got to assume they're going to be good players. So we'll keep it as it is and continue to train here. Working at run defense this time. So that'll get guys like Michael Baker that XP. I'd like to think on his own he would get that XP up, but it's not seeming to work for him right here. I let this game decide what I did for the offense, and you know what they do. They always say wide receiver and quarterback or wide receiver and tight end. Nonetheless, getting some upgrades there across the board. Mac Newton, Jackie Robertson, decent, but we're going to sim this game up, and this is where things could get ugly after we do the scouting, because if we don't win this one, it's time to sell. It's officially selling season. We're going to go left tackle. We don't want left tackle. We're going to just look at every position. We'll go unscouted, and we'll say we don't need that, we don't need that. We need left outside linebacker, sure. I don't want to miss any first round kind of guys if we don't have to. Wide receiver, besides guys that we have really no reason of owning or drafting per se. Jameer Davis, decent there. Defensive tackle, Antoine Bynes, another solid player there. Again, we always have to talk about Jesse Bates' replacement, which we feel like we have coming up here, but I don't know, we got to work on it still. Marcus McKinley, decent. We don't need a running back. We're in a second round now. We might take one now. We'll see how this goes. I'd like to think Malcolm Ray will be all right. We talked about him. He's got star potential. That's all you need out of running back. That's what we all brought it up. That's what Joe Mixon was. He was a star and a superstar, got in the X Factor. Everything worked out great there. We actually have enough to throw a little XP on somebody just to throw it on him, I guess. Let's see what we have here. Let's just throw it on the left guard for a good time here. Get those points out of the way. Run block finesse. Perfect. Good for you. Otherwise, let's do it. We got an upgrade, actually. Let's upgrade. Howard Smart. Good to see. Love seeing it. We're going to work on, I don't know, some of everything. Run stopper, 77. Nice to see he's already up to 77. Hopefully he progresses well. Love seeing that for him. And we got the Texans this week. The Texans are 2-2. Bengals got to pick up a victory here. Must-win situation. They're already 0-3-1. It's pretty much, I don't know. At the end of the day, we're already pretty well 0-4 if you think about it. And there's a big W still in it. Players still ready to negotiate. That's also something I have to get on the line here with. But let's get the scouting out of the way one more time here real quick. Go ahead and do this. CB Travis Isaac. Ooh, first round. But that did not look very pretty on the stat screen, if I'm being completely honest there. Right outside linebacker, Zach Shipley. That was a late rounder. We did not need to go ahead and scout all that. I really want a good middle linebacker, but I feel like Hudson's been doing a really good job for us. He really has. As much as he's got an average potential and everything, like for an 84, 85 at that position, you really can't go wrong with that. So I kind of like where we're at right there. Yeah, I look like a decent stat card coming across. I have to try to remember that one. But other than that, start these training here real quick. Verticals, that's what I like seeing. Work on those verticals, baby. Got that O-line worked on there. Maybe not, because then you got guys that think they're worth $10 million a year. I wonder what they want to pay, or a team would be willing to trade him for $10 million a year. That's my question, because he wants that much. I'll walk him out the door. I'll show him where it's at. I ain't afraid. Let's go here. Oh, yeah, look at those upgrades. Those are looking nice. 4 players in the green. Myron Chapman, how old is Myron Chapman? He's 26. Star potential. He really never flourished into as much as we kind of was hoping he would. Being an 82 as well. Still, we're working at run stopping, but he's still an 82. After that as well, not going out much. It's killing us out without winning games. Thankfully, we won that last one. So hopefully that helps this team's morale a little bit. Lorenzo Massey, you can work on your this. Perfect. Maybe not. Not perfect. I take it back. It didn't upgrade him. I don't want it. Robinson, what do you got going on here, Mr. 10 million a year? Nothing great. Still an 81. You're probably not getting 10 million a year, by the way, pal. Just throwing it out there. Amani Hooker, that's been our guy ever since Gatson went down back there at strong safety. Not doing too bad though. He's doing all right. Mac Newton right outside linebacker. He's up to a decent overall. He's working at pass coverage for him as well. Maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea. Still 73. Gonna take it back. Not bad. It's not a big deal. Jerry Herndon. Jerry. It's Jerry's world. Take a look at how we did do against the Texans this week. Hopefully Jake Fromm played better. Been throwing some picks lately. Threw another pick that game. 3 TDs, 1 interception. Again, only 194 yards. We're struggling throwing the ball, which I know we don't have Tyler Boyd anymore, but I'm saying we have 2 solid wideouts. John Ross isn't bad himself. Not working now. Joe Mixon, 78 yards, 3.5 yards. We're still struggling offensively. We put up a lot of points, to be fair, but we struggled. Must have been a defensive game here for us. 8 tackles, 1 assist for Stuart Manning. Do we have any picks in this game? Just 1. Khalil Hudson, good for him. 1 tackle for loss as well. Had himself another good game. I don't see any touchdowns in there. That might have helped though. That might have helped at the end of the day, getting us close. I don't think we had any field goals. No, we did not. So we'll sim up one more game. This time it's the Jaguars, I think. And again, I'm a little... or it's not the Jaguars, it's the Ravens. I don't know. I looked at the Jaguars there. The Ravens, the 3-2 Ravens. The season's over if we don't win this one. I'm sorry not to jump to conclusions, but we 1-5. We 1-5, and it'll be time to, consider the rebuild here. Make some trades. Joe Mixon will be the first one to go, and there it is. There's the loss. I was kind of looking forward to it. All right. Here we go. 1 new injury to boot. If it's Mixon. Oh, it's just John Ross. Oh, what do you know? Good for John Ross. Hats off to the guy that he's been playing with this long and hasn't gotten injured every other game. I mean, that's typical John Ross. I feel like he's got a durability of like 2 in this game. They have to give him about that. Let's talk trade, baby. Let's talk trade. Who's interested in Joe the Man Mixon? Best player on our team. We're talking walking him out the door. Wow, we really don't have a lot more here. I kind of want to see us get better in other aspects of the game where we don't have to draft players. I want to win right now. Is that too much to ask for? All right, big trade number 1 out the door here. Wasn't really expecting them to accept that real quick, but they did. We just picked up Wyatt off of the Detroit Lions. Mixon is gone. I'll show you what we grabbed here. It was a free safety, looking at a replacement, essentially a cheap replacement. 22 years old. Wasn't getting a lot of offers on the table for Mixon, but 22 years old, star potential. I don't think you can go wrong with that. That guy's under team control. He must have been a later draft pick too. Look at that, 700, 800. They must have stole this guy in the draft. Where do I see that at? Draft, awards, trades. It'll be under the awards probably. Yeah, pick number 2nd round, 27th. Yeah, they stole him in his 2nd round. So we picked up Wyatt. Now we have Bates to move. And after that, we are talking. That's really it. But yeah, we definitely have to walk Bates out the door. I think that freed up some cap moving Mixon. Yeah, we're finally in the cap room where we are in a plus territory. So that's a bonus. But let's take a look here. One last time here. We'll look at everything on his team. We are talking Fromm staying, Wallace staying. Bates has the... man, I really don't want to have to trade Bates, but I think he's got to. We'll see what kind of... we just got a replacement. We got to talk about being able to pay the big money guys down the road. Baker's fine. Duvall is fine. Hudson's 28. You talk about a guy we might want to re-sign there. That's some decent progress. Wirfs is all right. Lawrence is good. Manning's good. Rafferty can stay. Wall's going to stay. Chapman's going to stay. Gardner's going to stay. I don't think we necessarily needed that player at the end of the day, but I think it's a great addition. Regardless, we can make it work. Let's see, 22, 29. They're a rather young team here. And I think Wyatt's going to help this team. We will see, though, I think, because Jesse Bates does not need to be part of this team anymore. Unfortunately, we'll see what we can get for him since we have him replaced. All right, so we've been looking around. It's been tough. It's been beyond tough to try to find a team and make a player for player trade. So it's looking like we're gonna be forcing ourselves to make a trade for a draft pick once again. And man, let me tell you what, did I see I seen over here on Jacksonville that I really wanted and wanted to really make it work. Antonio Montgomery, the man's got superstar potential. We couldn't though. Unfortunately, it's not working for us, so we can't make that trade. But what we can do is trade for a 1st round pick from a team. It's looking like we're getting very close there. We'll see which team has the better 1st overall pick. We can trade a later one. The Jets right in that area as the Jaguars, it looks like. The Packers are interested. They got a lot of cap space. That must be nice. Would love to be able to relate to that. They got the 24th overall pick with all that cap space. Holy, that's the thing here. I think we're thinking Bates And I want to say Lawrence. I feel like Lawrence has to go. They have like no cap space. I don't know if they're going to be able to afford it. They have a little bit of cap. They don't want him anyway. But I feel like Lawrence has to go so we can get them young guys playing up front. But I thought, man, if we can get rid of Lawrence and pick up Montgomery Wood in addition, that would be, wow, look at Myles Garrett. Jeez, man. He's not helping his team win games, apparently. They're 1-11. They're not 1-11. They're 1 for 21. I was thinking 1-11. That was the wrong teams because we switched teams. That was right. We was on the right path there. I don't know, though. We give them an 11th pick where they start winning some games. It's possible. Let's see what they think there. The 11th for Jesse Bates. That's close. That's good. That's good. We'll throw on a dinky-dunky pick that we don't care about, like a 6th, if we can make that happen for him. And that's just not quite enough. So we'll go a little bit more there. Probably a 7th. Should that do it? A 7th for that first overall pick? No, of course not. We're a little bit low still. So we will throw on, let's throw on another 6. Did 2-6 get the job done here? Okay, now you're just teasing us. All right. I see you. I got you. We'll throw on the 5th. It's not a big deal. 5th Bates for first. Send it. Send it. I feel like I just gave you that player away. That is crazy, the price that cost. But we have room now. We had to make room for our other players. Jesse Bates was not going to be on the team any longer. We already talked about it. We have Gatson playing safety. We picked up another safety just recently. He can play safety in his position. We want to see him grow. That being Clay White, who is now a, can I see his, that's auto order. That's not what I'm looking for there. I want to see his profile. Can you not see his profile from this screen? Apparently not. Whatever. It doesn't matter. He's an 80 overall. We can see it from here. And in safety, we have Hooker playing right now, but we're going to have Gatson when he comes back. So that's going to be good there. I look at the defensive tackle position. Again, I want to get these young guys playing. If the young guys can play, I feel like that's a help in this team here. Lawrence holding those young guys back. He's currently, age. He's ageless. There is no age on this screen. Yeah, experience 7 years. So he's like, I think he's 28. If I'm mistaken, he's 28. We get Howard Smart to play some more, though. Love to see his potential if we can. We get Smart and Gardner up the middle. But that's why I was thinking, man, if we can find a good defensive tackle, because we don't want to pay Lawrence, that would be fantastic. All right, then. Okay, we made a trade, and it was probably a terrible one. But here we are. Bad GM. Lawrence out the door. We picked up Calcaterra and Walters, a left end. And again, we don't really need a left end right now, but at the same time, we don't know what's going to turn about our other left end. And at the end of the day, we couldn't get anything for Lawrence. We tried to get a first-round pick. Wasn't happening any of it. We tried to get a second-round pick. Teams weren't having any of it. So I was like, you know what? What if we go down the route of trying to pick up a couple players that can help this team? Maybe they don't have the greatest of potential. Yeah, Calcaterra is that guy. Not a lot of potential here. He's an 82. He's bronze potential. That's why we liked him. Thought we could pick him up on a cheap there. And we did. Can help this offense. And he's been a great guy as far as receiving is concerned. 599, 499. Been about 500 yards receiving as a tight end. That's what we're looking for. And then on the left end perspective, we were talking about Walters, who again, young guy. 77, a lot of potential here. I love him. Star potential, 22, under team control for a long time. I really like this pickup here. I feel like that's just as good as grabbing a first round pick. And he was a cheapie because they drafted him late, it looks like. If I am mistaken there, they had to have. He's only under $1 million or so. Let's take a look here. Awards again. Yeah, first round pick. How did they get him so cheap at that price? He's only $2 million a year. There must, I don't understand. I don't understand the fine print behind it. There's a guy before he was getting like $7 million. He's a tight end. He was paying a tight end $7 million a year because he was a first round pick, but he was, you know, first year in the league. I don't understand. I don't understand the. I always thought they had a threshold for stuff like that, but that would make sense because he was an 8th pick, unless that guy was like a first overall pick or something. But taking a look at what we had to work with here, we are going to see what happens if we move him into defensive tackle. I have a feeling it shouldn't hurt too much. But it might. But it's going to give Robertson a chance to play. More importantly here, Walters is backing him up. We're going to play Walters on left end. We'll put him in his natural position. I think we'll put Robertson at defensive tackle. Let's see how he does there. That might be the guy. But we don't even have to. We don't even have to because we have Smart that we wanted to play. I forgot all about Smart. So, but Walters has to play. Walters has to play. Wow, that's tough. Robertson's going to have to sit the bench, and we'll see what happens with him. Teams weren't interested in Robertson right now, and the problem is he's a 72. We did talk about that. As much as he's got that hidden potential, unless he gives us a superstar factor, it's hard to believe he's going to be a guy that actually amounts to something on this team. So I think that'll work right there. We'll take a look here. Left tackle, or left tackle. Left end, right end. We're talking Robertson and Willis. We're going to put... what's your face? Did I pass him up? 77. Gilbert Walters. There he is. Put you there. That looks great. And we'll go back to the depth chart here and make sure you are our second guy. Well, not even our second, but our starter there, right? And then we'll have Robertson be the backup guy. So Walters, you go here. Yeah, no, that's not the button you was looking for. And then you go, no, what are you doing? Why can't the Walters go right there? Yeah, perfect. And we'll put Robertson there. He almost has his games played. That's a big chance we took there because we didn't really gain a pick. We're gonna have to make it work. We tried to build from within to an extent here, I guess, per se. Didn't pick up a lot of draft picks, but we tried to, grab players that were already guaranteed good players. We'll see what happens here. We only have a couple games left. We'll sim up one more week here. We actually have to do the training and stuff real quick. I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll sim up this week, and we'll see how we did. I guess my main logic and thought process behind it is we're a winning team. This team's not ready to go out there and, rebuild. We have a lot of pieces that want to win right now. And, you could take those draft picks. You could take the second and third and say, great, maybe we can make something of it. But we don't want to make something of it. We want the players that are good right now. And we did just pick up a big W over there against Tampa. Picked up a new injury, too. You love to see it. John Raw. Oh, he's injured again? Where'd he come in? Oh, no, it's Michael Baker? When did that happen? Oh my, well, we were sucking anyway, let's be honest, but 7 weeks, Baker's gone. We just picked up a dub though. That was a big win for the team. We'd actually be 3-4 had we not choked away that overtime game. But I'd like to see how we did offensively here in this game. At 38 points, I mean, we did great clearly, but I want to see the difference that may have been the tight end. Jake Fromm threw for 370, 5 touchdowns and an INT. The second we pick up a tight end, you see, he loves it. He loves him a good tight end. Malcolm Reed, 3.7 yards per carry. Not the greatest, but we're working through it. It's going to be growing pains. Brian Edwards had himself a career day. 6 for 110. Tylan Wallace, 8 for 77. Where it is, though. Grant Calcaterra, baby. 7 for 74. Love seeing it. Unfortunate, though, that we just had to lose Michael Baker. Thankful, like we said, not killer, because now that gives us a chance to play, what's his face? Guys is playing backup right now. We can go ahead and slide him in there at right tackle. Yeah, Walters can play. No, Walters can't play both positions, actually. Yeah, that won't work. But we can't put him there, and we'll put Robertson there, so that'll work like that. Give Robertson some time to play now. I like seeing that. Chapman's getting benched for... Maybe we should be doing that. Let's look at Dante Chapman here. Or Deshaun Johnson. He's an 80. Deshaun Johnson, 80. And then we have Chapman, who's an 82. I think I'd rather have Chapman playing. Yeah, we better have Chapman play. We'll put you back up there if I can. Maybe. I don't think he is having any of it. No, there we go. It's such a pain. We got it. We good. Polite, that's the other guy that's gonna walk out the door. I forgot all about him. If we're not gonna keep him now, we might as well trade him. Let's get Polite traded before we end this episode. Got a lot of guys due for some upgrades though. We'll trade Polite. We'll move Newton back over to the right outside linebacker position there, I think, and we'll again give these guys a chance to play. Oh wow, we did it again. Trade deadline is over. It's week 9. Okay. Week 8's a trade. Halfway through the season's a trade deadline. Is that accurate? That doesn't sound accurate. I don't think that's accurate. I guess we're going to re-sign him. We're going to re-sign him and trade him, but I don't even want to do that because I don't have the cap space. That's unfortunate. Malik Hudson's got to stay. This man's been a stud, but he wants $27 million over 4 years. Even though he's bronze potential, you don't care. You don't care. We're keeping him now. We've made some cap space. Be happy to keep him. Let's take a look and make sure we have our whatchamacallit on here. My team, spend coach XP. Make sure we have our re-sign thing. We have all this XP just laying around for a good time. We might as well just use it all. Go over here, look at the linebackers, sign influence, perfect. Defensive back retirement influence. No, I don't want to do that. Defensive line re-sign influence. O-line re-sign influence. We just put it all on there just to have it taken care of. Like I said, we have all the XP laying around. We might as well just do it real quick. But the player's ready to negotiate here. Let's see. Oh, man. Come on, Hudson. Come on. Cut a team a break here, buddy. But you're an 85 overall. You think we can turn that down? No. No, we can't. Just take the money, man. Just take the money. Let's not talk about it. What do you mean you don't like the length? Come on. We're good friends here. That's it. That is it. We'll talk about signing some of these other guys down the road. But that is it for that. It's unfortunate. We can't make that trade. I was kind of hoping we could, but we can't. Look at the... Jeez. You see the Falcons this year? Good for them. Jake Fromm back up to a 91 after that 5 touchdown performance. He deserves it. No doubt about that one. Seeing Clay Wyatt, baby. Give him them upgrades. We like it. Up to the 81. That's going to be a big upgrade for it. Or a big play. Or a big trade, I should say, for us right there, I think. Not having to worry about drafting a guy like that. Howard Smart getting the upgrade. Let's work on that power rushing. +2, baby. +2. Love it. +1 and really gave a +2 just for those two categories. And then Gilbert Walters seeing that upgrade as well, work on his run stop in 78. Slowly but surely we're progressing here. Just what we needed to see. Bengals looking good. Brian Edwards, after that game, he deserves a couple upgrades. 75 overall. Like we said, we've kind of stuck around. He's kind of had them big games every once in a while. Brian Edwards has. He just kind of pops out, and we've been keeping him ever since. Look at this one last week. Let's get one last weekend against these Falcons. See how these Bengals do. A lot of big moves. Polite's got to stay, apparently. That might be a guy we try to extend and trade. We'll see how the cap's looking in the next episode. But there's another W. Another one. This team's bouncing back. It might be a playoff team after all. 3-4-1, a couple trades, get a tight end. Team's loving it. Otherwise, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.